Right, so today we've got a main Eco Elite 25 kilowatt. So the problem here is customers saying when they run the hot taps, the radiators are coming on, which is a common sign that the diverter valve is passing. So we're gonna give it a quick test run. Apparently BG have been around and done some work on it, and we all know what that means. So I'm here to actually see what's been going on. Now we can see already there, well I can see, I'll show you guys in a minute, that cartridge has been leaking. So let's get the screws out of here. Oh, lovely. Right, so there we go. There's a sign right there. So that cartridge has been leaking. So if I pull that out, I reckon what's happened here is it's shorted the motor out, so it's probably not moving back and forth as it should be. Yeah, look at that, completely rusted. That's gone. I mean, that's moving freely, so I reckon what's happened is they may have changed that, but that motor is, the motor's had it there. But I'm going to get a little mirror and have a look at that to see if that's still leaking or if that's historic signs. Right, so that actually looks okay. Doesn't look like it's been leaking. And get a bit of tissue and wipe it inside. You can see a little bit there, but that looks like it might just be a bit of silicone grease. Right, let's have a look. Right, grab a bit of tissue. Let me just put my hand in there and see if there's actually anything wet. No, that's just a bit of silicone grease in there. So I think that's probably from the pin where it comes up. Yeah, that's not actually wet. So it looks like what they've done, they've changed the cartridge, but they haven't thought about the motor. Look at that, that's gone. And you can tell from the clip as well, and that should have been changed at the same time. Don't know why they didn't, but I've got one of these in the van, so we'll change this over, and that should sort the problem out. What we're also going to do is I'm going to run the hot tap. I'm going to see if this actually motors in and out. So let's open the hot tap. Yeah, see, I can't feel any vibration on that. It's not buzzing. And now if I pop the heating on, so this is that one for, that's on for heating and hot water, which is fine. Let's manually put it on for heating. And again, yeah, we've got demand now for heating. I think this is on preheat, so let that preheat go off. Let's just put into service mode. Alright, so that is motoring. Now let me run a hot tap. Right, so that is motoring. It's probably just not doing its job properly. Right, I'm going to swap that round and test and see what it does. Right, I've got myself a new motor from the van. I've also got a tester temperature clamp on the flow pipe, so that's reading 37 28-ish degrees. So I'm going to pop the new motor on, run the hot tap, and then give it a test to see, make sure there's no water in here, which there isn't, so that's all good. All right, pop that clip, pop that in there, and then pop the clip back in. All right, now let's boil it back on. Right, I had that motor already. That's reading 39 degrees. That's on the flow pipe. So now we've got demand for hot water. Let's see. Because I could put my hand on there, but it's already quite warm, so I don't know if I'd really be able to tell. So we're gonna try it like this. Okay, that temperature is still creeping up. Yeah, that's creeping up too quickly, so then we're going to have to change the cartridge as well. So you can allow for a little bit of latent heat, but that's gone up from 38 degrees to, well, it's almost gone up by 10 degrees, so that's definitely passing. So let's whip that cartridge out and have a look. Okay, so let's get this diverter cartridge out and have a look. I mean, that looks pretty new. So we'll see if it looks similar to this. It might just have a bit of dirt stuck in there, which means it might get away with cleaning it, because that has just been changed in May apparently. So by BG. So what I'm going to try and do here, I've got a nice little waste pipe there for the condense. So I'm going to see if I can use that. Do you know what? Forget it. I think I'll still be better off with my bucket, because I'm going to end up bloody having to hold it in there. That'll be easier. Right, so flow and return isolated. Let's get this bad boy drained out. Right, whilst that's draining out, got the angled adapter and the expansion vessel hose. Let's get this set. Is that going to hold? No, it's too heavy. Come on, hold. Nah, too heavy. Right, let's see if we can set it up there somehow. Okay. The dewalt compressor is good, but it's just a bit big and bulky. And these easy clip things, you've got to sometimes make sure you get it right. Okay. Let's pop that out. I'm going to leave that on there for now. Right, now for this, don't know if you guys have seen this before. Got a diverter cartridge removal tool. So that literally just sits on there like that. Then you get a 13mm socket. That goes in there, and then you can just crack that cartridge open. The pipes are still a bit hot in there. Just wipe these gloves on, because them flow and return pipes are burning me. Right. That's really seized on there. Alright, so I've managed to crack that now. So this camera tends to get hot very quickly, so I've got to try and film quick as well. Let's see what the state of this cartridge is. Right, that doesn't actually look bad at all. And yeah, that's a new style cartridge. So I don't know why that's still letting by. There's no dirt in there. Oh, hang on. There's no O-ring on there. You see that? But on here, there's an O-ring there. So that's probably what's the reason why that is letting by. We'll see if the O-ring's fallen in there, or I've got another O-ring on the van that I can use. That is probably the reason why that's letting by, because that doesn't need, it actually doesn't need changing. It's not even dirty. Let me see if I can fish out the O-ring. Oh, fuck, that's hot. No, I can't feel anything in there. And that is roasting hot. Right, we'll see if I've got an O-ring that will fit that. Be back in a minute. Right, managed to find an O-ring that fits that. So let's put a bit of grease on all the rubber, and hopefully that should sort the problem out. Because what's happening is when that motor actuates, it opens that and allows it to go to the radiators. On hot water mode, that's meant to sit shut, but obviously where there's no O-ring there, the water is still able to let by and go down to the radiators. My little camera that I'm filming this on is probably going to overheat or run out of battery soon, so I'll try and do this as quick as possible. But you kind of get the gist now. If it cuts out, I'm just going to be putting everything back in reverse order, and then I'll retest it. A little trick I find when you're putting these in, as you're winding them in, press the little plunger down. It just helps get rid of any excess pressure inside the cartridge or inside the block. It gets a bit tricky because it starts hurting your fingers. I normally use like a Allen key set or something to help push it down. Right, that's on. Where'd I put the new clip? New clip. Right, let's pop that in. Shut the drain off. Vessel, what's the vessel saying? Yep, vessel charge is still good. Right, I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna turn this camera off, try and save the battery, and I'm gonna come back once I've got it all filled up, repressurize, and then we'll test the hot water again. Right, everything's pressurized. I've got my temperature probe on the flow pipes. That's about 49 degrees. Let's run the hot tap now. And yeah, hot water's on. Right, 49.2. A little bit of latent heat transfer. Hot water pipe is getting hot. Burner's on. Let's turn that up to max. The hot water, 49.3. Yeah, I've sorted it now. Look at that. And quickly, before this camera dies, which I think it's probably gonna before I get around to doing this, Right, hot water temperature. Don't know if you guys can see. .50 degrees coming out the hot tap and 49.4 in the flow pipe. So problem solved. All down to one measly O-ring, which either has come out when they were fitting it before, or it's just come like that from the factory, manufacturing defect. But yeah, man, just goes to show man-made faults are the worst ones. But we're lucky we picked that one up. Cool. Hope you guys found that informative and useful. I'll catch you on the next one.